What is up, everybody? It's your boy Steve here today, and we're gonna talk about Xbox Live Gold. It's finally coming to an end, and it's gonna be renamed Game Pass Core, which starts September 1st. It's gonna have the same price as the Xbox Gold membership before in the past. Includes online multiplayer, will include 25 plus Game Pass games, including Doom, Eternal, Forza, Horizon, and Gears 5. So I'm assuming it's all Xbox's first party titles. Then the monthly free games with Gold is ended. So it's like this should have been happening a long time ago, to be honest. Like, once the games with Gold start to decrease to a certain level, like once Game Pass start getting popularity, games with Gold should have been done away with a while ago. So they finally took it to the back of the shed and put it as misery, which should have been done a while ago at this point, to be honest. But yeah, games with Gold is gone. I don't think too many people care because there's gonna be another tier service of Game Pass at this point. So, but but this news about Microsoft, once certain Sony fanboys had to react to this, saying it's like the worst thing ever. As the guy says, Xbox can offer Xbox Live Gold to boost Game Pass numbers, so they can pad and brag about having people sign up thanks to Activision merger. Classic bait and switch from Phil. So you're trying to say there's some deception going on, but is it really? They're doing the same thing literally that PlayStation did with their PlayStation Plus membership at this point. Because it's different tier services. Like the core is the base one, $2 a month. You literally pay $1 more to get regular Game Pass, so it's $1 cheaper. But he says it's a bait and switch from Phil, which really you just ignore this. Like what most people have been doing is get Game Pass or get Game Pass Ultimate. So I don't think this is a bait and switch as this guy's claiming, but because he's a Sony fanboy, he has to be really salty about whatever Microsoft does at this point. That's literally what PlayStation fans did when lumping in base PS Plus with the other two rules for thee, not for me. Yeah, pretty much says, PlayStation is fine with this, but Microsoft can't do it. It's like the same thing pretty much. Then once again, an article, but PlayStation Plus did the same thing. When they combined the PS Now and PS Plus service to create their new PlayStation Plus service they got right now. So, you should try to leave Xbox alone. Talk about PlayStation. I'm tired of seeing you take all these L's. Grow up already. So basically giving Xbox Live gamers a better deal. Yeah, because Xbox Live with Gold has been trash for a while now. So it's like, I don't really care to get rid of it, to be honest. It's like now they can put that budget back into Game Pass. That budget they put for games with Gold into Game Pass. So I think it's a better move at the end of the day. This is this month's games with Gold. The fact that someone who doesn't want Game Pass can play Doom Eternal, Fallout 4 and other games, I say this is better. You also get discounts on games that come with Game Pass if you want to purchase them. Yeah, look at this month. It was like, who wants to play any of these games? And the previous months was probably even worse. Like, these were just games that nobody cared about. So, like this guy says, that's a depressing games with Gold. So, I'm glad to get rid of this. It's like that should have been done a while ago, in my opinion. Classic Sony pathetic post from Red Dragon crying about Xbox. As usual, that's the status quo at this point. You mean literally the exact same thing PlayStation did with PS Plus, right? He has no issue with that, but he has issue with Microsoft does it. How dare they give Gold a better deal? Yes, how dare they make Xbox Live Gold better? Man says Xbox more than PlayStation. I think that's the thing with these Sony fanboy accounts. They literally talk about Xbox more than PlayStation. So it might as well be Xbox fan accounts at this point. Yep, PlayStation had a good idea, so it's good. So it's also a good idea for Xbox. Exactly what PlayStation did with PS Now. So people pretty much just point out the hypocrisy here. There's the same thing that Sony did. He didn't have a problem with Sony did, but has a problem with Xbox. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, once again, so exactly what PlayStation did with PS Now. So where was the heat for Sony when they did this? All Microsoft did was change the name and added some games. Sony, please get these Twitterites some games to play on the 5th PlayStation. This guy calling out something most Xbox fans called out for actually happening. But no, not just that. What's worse is PlayStation literally did the same thing a year ago and was fine, but Xbox does it. It's bad for them doing it to bump up numbers. Get the F out, you fanboy. I agree. But when Sony did it, all we heard was how PS Plus has more players than Game Pass. They definitely were bragging about those numbers back then, but now that Microsoft can say the same with their numbers, it's a problem now. You're one of the biggest deals I've ever seen on this app. Everyone and their mother kept saying Xbox Live Gold sucks, and so Microsoft chose to get rid of it and focus on Game Pass. And now they do so, and now they do that, they're considered bragging rights now. Y'all are never happy. And I think that's the big point. They're never going to be happy with whatever Microsoft does. They're already going to complain about whatever they do, any capacity at this point. Or just common effing sense, yeah. It's common sense. Games with Gold has been trashed. Cut off the dead. Might as well cut off like the dead weight at that point. How is that a bait and switch when nothing else was said? If anything, it was already addressed that Gold will be merged into Game Pass, and this was way better before the Activision deal. Sony released PS Now in 2014, and it grew to only 3 million subs. They were utterly embarrassed watching Game Pass release late in 2017, but get 25 million subs, so they merged a week subscription with a multiplayer paywall to look like they're doing fine. So embarrassing. Once again, they're just saying Sony did the same thing, so yeah, this guy's a clown at the end of the day. That's a good summary right there. Good summary to conclude it at. It's like you can't be mad at PlayStation doing it, but be mad when you can't be happy when PlayStation do it, but be mad when Microsoft does it. The same tactic. So it makes no sense. It's like they saw the games with gold servers was just trash. It wasn't gaining any traction to their platform. So they just said, hey, let's just merge them and move on at that point. So I don't see this as a negative, as this guy's trying to say it. I just think he's just butthurt because Microsoft was getting a lot of W's lately in the press. So Microsoft has been on fire. a lot of good vibes around Microsoft lately, and Sony's just been getting a lot of not so good vibes around their company right now. So I think that's all this results from. It's like I don't see this as an issue. It's only $1 less than Game Pass, the regular Game Pass membership. So I don't see this as a big deal. Most people just ignore games but go before in the past. I think they're just gonna ignore this new service. So, but yeah, definitely share your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like for this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.